I didn't think this would happen. All I did was say I was scared and now a white guy's chasing me. This must be the price I pay for living in America. Regardless, I think I know what he wants.
Hey Arcade, can you make that I'm Scared video? It's my game. Please?
I think he wants a cheeseburger. We're in Texas, by the way.
You gonna get on with the video?
I'm Scared is a 2012 indie horror game made by Italian developer Ivan Zanotti. That may be too professional. I'm Scared is a game that isn't the Minish Cap, so I don't care about it. I'm Scared is a horror game that you've most likely heard in passing, unless you were prominent in the horror space around the time of its release. Back then, not many horror games, especially ones that big online influencers played, messed with your computer files like I'm Scared did. So that gave I'm Scared an edge that not many other horror games had. Now, of course, I'm Scared was not the first game, or even the first horror game to do this, but it definitely can be thanked for popularizing it. Everyone praised this game for how innovative it was, and also allegedly how scary it was. Now, of course, I don't want to be seen as a liar by the big bad I'm Scared community, so I can't say if this game is scary, but I can talk about this game's release a little bit more. The 2012 version YouTubers played was just a demo of the game, meant to kinda show off its idea and concept. Now, I'm not entirely sure this version was always meant to be a demo, but became bigger than Ivan could have imagined, but regardless, on October 14th, 2015, 3 years after the 2012 demo, we'd get a new demo called I'm Scared Workshop Edition, which was different from 2012's demo entirely. Instead of being a polished version of the 2012 demo with new features, it was a whole new area that was said to be in the now announced Steam release of the game. And a few months later, on January 31st, 2016, we would get our hands on that very Steam release, and it did pretty well. It didn't blow up or anything, according to SteamDB. It got a good chunk of sales, but if you start looking towards 2022, it had a little blow up there. I wonder why. We know why, and we'll get into it later, which, speaking of, let's not waste any more time and talk about the game itself, starting with I'm Scared 2012 starts by giving us commands, telling us to make folders, etc. And once we give into Satan's commands, we're told that the game will try to deceive us. A game cannot deceive me, it is a mere object, I said before this game left me crippled. After this person, this thing, whatever it is, tells us of the game's deceiving nature, they say,
I'm extremely sorry. I didn't really want to do that. Forgive me.
You didn't have to get all sad on me. Now I feel bad for insulting this game's ability to deceive. Oh, right, the game. We start in a bedroom and... Okay, I gotta address the big-ass elephant in the room. This game was made in Game Maker. You know, the same engine as Undertale, the 2D game engine? Yeah, my jokes about Satan weren't jokes. This man sold his soul to make this goddamn game. I've worked in Game Maker before. My friend works in Game Maker constantly, and not even he understands how this is possible. It's genuinely super impressive. Like, huge props to Ivan for being able to even do this. And it's not like a Doom thing either. No, you can look in all directions. It's genuinely insane. I wish I could sit here and talk about how this works and go in depth, but I don't even understand how to begin this. So I'll just appreciate this game for what it is, a damn good horror game. Your objective is to get a heart, so you can leave via the exit door. Behind you under the table is a key. Grab it and you can open the closet, which then opens a hallway behind you.
This explanation is unneeded. You see, I already go over this in the new game, Remnants of a Scare, which has a demo out now.
Did you just advertise in my video?
Oop, gotta run now. Have to make the attraction nice and pretty for release.
I've really gotta learn how to lock my doors.
I'm just going to ignore everything she just said and explain everything in great detail. Once you get the heart, you get jump scared and the game closes. Upon reopening the game, you get a prompt. Hello, do you know my name? Now, of course, we as the player just don't, unless we go into that folder the game had us create at the start, in which you'll see a file has been added onto your computer. Now, this is the part that freaked everyone out when they first played. I mean, look at Mark, he looks petrified. You also didn't know a file was created and stumbled around for a minute. Markiplier, never change, please. Everyone kind of had the same reaction, maybe not to the same extreme, but it definitely made some balls rise and some hearts drop. What? Inside these new files held a text document that read,
"There is a way to turn an entity into data. They have a life of their own, and it's difficult to distinguish them from normal computer files. In our actions of every day, while we sit at the computer, this bite entity observes us and studies our every move and fear. The game is simple. Following the arrows is the key. If you get caught, you lose. A sound predicts its arrival. It is Whiteface."
and with this weird message, we now know its name, Whiteface. But what does it mean, turn an entity into data? And what is it all about following the arrows is key? I guess the only way to find out is to move forward. Maybe later we can wrap back around and have a better understanding. Once you put in the name Whiteface in the Do You Know My Name screen, we are taken to a whole new place with Let's Play Tag written in sweet, delicious strawberry jam.
Hey! You fat idiot! It's blood!
What? So, turns out licking blood off a wall can leave you with 2 hours left to live, so, I gotta finish talking about this game.
This is the car park, and that whole message about following the arrows and a sound will predict its arrival, well, that plays into this. In the car park, there are arrows. Stepping on them will play a sound and leave a splatter of blood beneath you that says stuff like liar and Remnant's demo out now. And within the darkness of the car park, Whiteface lays. Or in simple terms, it appears behind you and disappears after a minute before reappearing again. Once you step on all the arrows, you'll hear an elevator ding, and somewhere in the darkness is a bloody arrow pointing you towards where the elevator will go. Going down the elevator will bring you to the street. Here is where the timestamp jump scare moment comes in. I love watching you. Aw, thanks. I love watching me also. Anyway, go up to the gate and it's locked. Turn around and... jam.
Not again!
Follow the jam trail and there's a key. Ignore the ground flickering in and out. It's nothing important. Open the gate and we're back in the basement. Wait, why is this a basement if it's on the ground level? Regardless, since we have that heart, we can now leave. The end. Man, what a creepy game. Sucks that it had to end so soon. Well, I guess not. Opening the folder once more shows us that some new files have been added.
"It's not going to let you go. I shouldn't have told you to go on. Follow my instructions. Don't let the game's appearance deceive you from now on. If things change, it arrives. Take some time and try to escape."
Upon reopening the game this time, we seem to be in a house. Now, I for one thought this was a hospital when I played the game, but that's because I spent more time than I wanted to in a hospital. Fun little fact about this place, it's actually based on the creator's real-life house, as said in his video about the scrapped Bury Her game, which will be coming back later, don't worry. Going through the house, you'll find 8 numbered doors, which are all locked. Walking to one of the unmarked doors shows us a key. That's the whole thing. Collect keys and open the locked doors with some spooky stuff going on every now and then. Like after collecting door 8's key, the house goes from having a white fog to a black one, and there's jam on the cabinet. Okay, I'll stop the jam bit now, I'm sorry. While in the room behind door 8, you'll see IMSCARED himself in the window and hear running behind you, but don't worry, it's just whatever's in this house opening door 4 for you. When you collect door 7's key, the fog turns white again, and entering door 7...
"This is my room. Do you see how dark it is? It's cold. But I can look at you. Look at me. Are you scared? I'm scared."
And after that sequence, we're back in the house, and God is taking everything in me. Get the key for door 2, open it, and... the meat can spread.
I gotta stop this meat from spreading! I'm already fat as is!
Collect the key on the ground, and... I was joking, man. Go through Whiteface's insides, and enter door 6, which we just got the key for. And we're back where we began. This layout is so confusing, man. Go to the exit door once more, Shakespeare, look out, and follow the arrows like any sane person would in this situation. Eventually, we reach Whiteface again.
"Congratulations. You made it to the end. But you can't escape from here. Stay with me. I will always be here, looking at you."
Now it's just you and them. You can stare at them, look around, or interact with the chair and rope. Doing so closes the game, and at this point, you can't reopen it. This is the end of the 2012 demo. This is a very interesting way to end the demo with the hindsight that this is a demo. I'm sure it felt like a full experience back when it came out because we didn't know there would be more, which is why I think that initially Ivan didn't plan this to be a bigger thing, but I could be wrong. But I think Jacksepticeye said it best in his video. The game's clever. It uses the hardware zone to its advantage, and this is a talking point that will come back later on when we get into the game's mobile port, which yes, is a thing. In the modern day, this doesn't seem like a huge feat given that more games even outside of horror do stuff like this, like One Shot and Doki Doki. But again, back then, this was pretty new to everyone. While I don't think this demo aged the best, at least compared to what we'll be seeing later on, it still was a great showcase of what's possible with the medium of horror on PC, and my dear viewers, it's only up from here. Workshop Edition starts pretty much like the 2012 build, tells you this isn't like other games, it has snake arms, and to be wary of that going in. We of course already know this. I had a white guy make me kill myself last time, so I'm ready for anything. Oh god, a piano! Going down the hall from the piano gives us a fork path. To save time, the left path is locked, and nice hand, bro. Following the hand shows us, see, I knew that piano was evil. Look at that. Grab the key, which I guess it was just made of blood, and go down the right side. Now, you don't need the key to go down this way, but I got it first in my recording, and I don't feel like making my editing work harder. Go down the endless hallway, and God, stop doing that! Now, a fun little fact. Keep going forward after getting jump scared, and you'll find a message with an achievement attached. This is the only time you'll ever see this message. It isn't in the full release of both 2016 and the remake from 2022, and for those curious about what it says, where was she pointing at? Oh yeah, instead of white face, we got gender bend white face. I mean, congrats on the transition, you look great, girly pop. Going to the wall where she was pointing shows us, god damn, she's self-centered. I have a twin. The painting is a secret button. Going back to that locked door from earlier shows us a green room with a now opened up bookshelf door, and it leads us to the balcony where it's raining. She is standing there probably thinking of some tough ass edits she saw on TikTok about life being rough. Distracting her from her reflection gives us a blue screen. Thanks, asshole. The game then crashes after this, and rebooting it, everything seems the same. But going back down that endless hallway and taking a right through the wall, she's gone. And the door next to her portrait, which I didn't mention, whoops, is still locked. Well, the only thing to do now is to go back to the balcony, which you'll see she blooded everywhere, and once again, the blood formed a key. It isn't said that blood makes keys as a joke, but why are there always keys in blood? Explain that, atheist. Picking up the cellar key lets us go through that painting hallway door, where you have a puzzle, which is very simple, probably the simplest one in this game, to be honest. There are colored pool balls. In the hallway in front of the pool table, there is a cage room with a code that has pictures of pool balls and numbers inside them. Match them up with the amount of balls that correlate with the color, and bam, you got a rope. Why is there a rope in a cage? What did it do? Oh, right. Get the rope and head back down the hallway and, uh-oh. Yeah, this is a chase sequence. Better run them crippled regs. Better run them crippled legs, because you will die if you don't. Now, this bit uses the Steam achievements, or the in-game achievements, because there are no Steam achievements, because it's a game's old game now, but just work with me here! It'll tell you while in the green room to press escape. Doing so saves you. Yeah, you have to close the game at a certain spot in order to survive the chase. I generally don't think I've ever played a game that tells you to quit in order to progress. Opening back up the game puts us in the green room instead of the piano room. Going back to the balcony lets us put the rope down where the blood trail ends, and we're back at the hospital from the previous build. Going through the sliding doors at the very end, that isn't concerning towards my future one bit. In here, you can find that where one of the doors would have been in the last demo is now just a wall with blood seeping through. Turning around shows us the key. Grab that sucker and a glimpse of that room. I like glimpses of that room. Fun little fact, looking through one of the windows on the balcony shows us a room with her sitting in the middle of it, surrounded by a pool of blood. That is later referenced in Remnants of a Scare with whatever this is. Keep going down and...
But it's not time to see it. Feed me, share me, play with me, I'm yours.
Just ignoring the, like, sexual undertones of that message. That's the workshop demo! It doesn't show a lot, especially in terms of messing with your files, but it does still show something cool with the press escape achievement bit, and also introduces her, which you may remember me mentioning a game called Bury Her. I'll tell you now, It's not coincidence. This is another great demo. While I do think the 2012 demo is much cooler because of how it messes with your files, that doesn't undermine how good this one is. And I can't tell you how the I'm Scared community, quote unquote, reacted to this on release, but I imagine it was met with excitement. Maybe not a huge praise like the original demo, because again, while good, doesn't really do anything crazy with your PC. I cannot see people disliking this, and probably built up a lot of hype over the full game. Speaking of, I'm Scared 2016, the big release build. This is by all means the full game, just in really stretched widescreen. Why is it like this? Ivan, get on it, chop chop! Jokes aside, this is most likely not the release you played, my dear, awesome, and beautiful viewer. But we'll be getting to the version you've most likely played very shortly. Starting up the game, it's the same thing you've come to expect. This isn't like other games, BT dubs, but quickly, we are introducing something new. An area with a swing. It kind of reminds me of those crappy school parks. Even got the bricks on the side and the title screen with the game controls, like all school parks do. This area is just meant to show you how the game controls. Pick up a key, go through a gate, pick up a very nice flower, I must say. It is quite exquisite. Go back to the starting area. Ow, my ears. Hey, look, we're back here, but not for long. This is just the general main menu. Look around at where you're at in the achievements, which, spoiler alert, you need all of them to beat the game. Can be difficult without a guide, because, like, how does one know you're supposed to knock on a random wall that was previously a door? Also, love the Caesar and Snug reference with the name here. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Also, don't expect a walkthrough on how to get every achievement. I will link a walkthrough in the description if you need it. Unless it has to do with the section itself, don't expect me to bring it up. Alright, on to the game. Pressing start takes us into the bedroom from the 2012 build, and this first chunk is just the 2012 build, until you kill yourself. Instead of the game ending there, it cuts to the text,
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Feed me. Share me. Play with me. I'm yours.
Again, man, the undertones there are a bit much. Regardless, it then cuts to a screen saying, "The end?" with a question mark at the end, pulling a Five Nights at Freddy's on us. I see you. Was it me or was it her? Speaking of, her is mentioned to be a name of theirs. So going back to the meat tunnel and getting the heart, instead of putting in the name Whiteface, putting in her brings us to, the workshop demo. Also, notice the name, Bury Her? Yeah, I guess it's time to talk about this. So, Bury Her was a scrap game made by Ivan that looked to be a new take on I'm Scared, or at least gave off the same vibe. Mostly in part of pretty much copy and pasting 2012's project file, which, effective, I should have used Lost Hope's project file for Journey Home too. Maybe it would have actually gotten done! The goal would be to go to these areas and collect pieces of her legs, arms, head, etc. But we don't really know much beyond that. This game didn't really get too far to development before kind of getting repurposed into I'm Scared 2016. If you'd like to know more, I'll link Ivan's video about the game in the description. It is genuinely a great watch. And you can see little things that would later make it into I'm Scared. Like, genuinely, so much. The hole where her is buried, the swing set, all this, it's insane. You do the same thing as the workshop demo. Also, a fun little fact, you can go out of bounds here and see the text is in fact here, but you cannot see it, like normally, without going out of bounds. But when you go down the rope, it's a new area. This area has to be one of my favorites, and also one of the most annoying with 2016's controls. You get stuck on stuff so easily, and there's a whole hedge maze here, and so every turn you try to make, you have to readjust yourself, because you will get stuck, and God, it's annoying, but I'm getting ahead of myself again. This area is when the file stuff gets really cool, specifically with the gate lock. But before reaching that, you see a weird-ass digital screen. What is this? How does it work? Who does it work for? It tells you to read here.txt, so going back to the folder and opening up said file, we see a map which seems to convey a secret passage. So going through said secret passage, you fell for it. Dude. You ruined it. What do you mean you fell for it? My only assumption is that this is Whiteface, which means Whiteface is communicating with us the same way the person, quote-unquote, helping us is via text files. Were we ever being helped? Was this all a game by Whiteface? Wait, we got a new file. real1.html, a new file type. In this, there's a message alongside a map and a bunch of codes. The message reads,
Don't be deceived. The other one is lying. From now on, follow the instructions of this HTML file, for it is trying to deceive you one more time. Follow the map. You'll find a key. With that key, you'll be able to destroy the lock in your game folder that is keeping the green gate locked.
So it wasn't Whiteface? That's cool and all, but who is this person or thing or entity that is helping us? Whatever. Right now we've got bigger fish to fry. Following the real map takes us to the real secret passage where... Hello. Ignoring Billy there. Follow the blood. Oh wait, jam trail. Sorry, I forgot the bit.
It wasn't even funny.
It was funny. I am a fucking comedian.
Grab the key and the gate is still locked? Opening up your folder, you'll see a text file named lock that just reads locked. Deleting said file lets us open the gate. Here's where the codes will come in handy, but first we've got to figure out what the code we're putting in is. Go into the hedge maze, you'll see right in front of you a headless statue that says 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Heading to the left, you'll see a giant circle. Kinda looks like a mirror. You gotta collect 4 glass shards, but be careful, who knows what lies within the maze. Ooh, it's spooky. Once you collected, you put the shards into the mirror, and somewhere just spelled out in blood. Also, another cool ass Mobs or SpongeBob picture jump scare timestamp moment. Now take the bloody words you've got and search the HTML file for them. Or Control F, but that's the coward's way. I'm a coward, by the way. And enter the now unlocked gate and begin back at the basement. Okay, cool. Well, to save us all some time, find your way to this bedroom area and get the station key. And now enter the worst part of this game, and I mean that in a good way. I hate this section so much. It always makes me jump, no matter how many playthroughs I do. It fills me with an unbelievable amount of dread. The entire time I was replaying it for this video, both times I had to, I was shitting bricks. The goal here is to listen. There is spatial audio, which is messed up a bit in 2016, but it ain't that bad. And following the audio leads you to a gramophone, which you've got to interact with 4 of them, and the lights turn on. Now you may be asking, Arcade, how is that part scary? Every other step, a little guy will fall from the ceiling, and also you have her chasing you through this place, so every time I got turned around or anything, I'd be terrified of getting caught. Now, she's not really that fast, but on her first playthrough, you don't know that. So it's terrifying, and even still, I dread replaying this part because how badly it gets me every time. Just look at my movements. You can tell every time I got scared. Moving on from this though, you follow the arrows and click the metro key. Near there's a door that was previously locked. Going through brings us to the metro. Shocker. This area is neat. You gotta set your system clock to the time shown on the wall here and collect your metro tickets. Once done, you can enter the metro. I'm saying metro so much it doesn't sound like a word anymore. Once on the metro or the train or the trolley, whatever you want to call this thing, there's a button with a sign behind it. It tells you that hopefully you reach it in a minute. It puts a new file on our desktop and we only have a limited time to read it, as it doesn't want us to read it. The file, My Last Will.
To the ones playing and to the ones watching, there is a way to turn entity into data. But if it's of data we're talking about, then there must be a way to get rid of it. If you really want to delete Whiteface from your computer, there's only one way. Keep playing. Keep watching.
Well, that's fun. Can't wait to kill Whiteface. Now here's the weird part. You gotta go back and forth and press the buttons, and this bed lump will inflate? Sure, whatever, man. Once you press it enough times, the wall in front of you will just disappear. And going outside the metro will show her standing there like she's about to give some villain monologue, but instead she crashes her game like an asshole. Upon reopening, we're once again somewhere new. Going down the path ahead of us, another sign thing will be there and tell you about having to shoot. Also says that it won't give us bullets. The sign a few steps away from it says 6 will do. By this point, you know, check the files. In said files, you'll see a new folder called Revolver. Put your bullets to 6 and continue on. Eventually, you'll end up in a forest and arrive at her's grave.
You made me think about life, about appearance. I changed bit by bit. I really don't like what happened to me. You want this nightmare to end? Then kill me in front of my birthplace.
She starts chasing you and red rain falls around you. Shitty confusion. Use your 6 bullets and kill her where she stands. After it's done, it's revealed that we're Whiteface, and the credits roll.
Alright, well that's the video game. See you guys next time on Drowning Ben.
Keep playing.
Oh, okay. You want a hoagie with that?
So, I'm more than positive this whole thing was another ploy by Whiteface. Remember, it tricked us with the signs before, and we know it can create files on its own. It knows we want to kill it, and it's trying to stop us. Once the credits stop, we're back in the piano room. Make your way to the balcony, and the door at the other end will now be unlocked. It was locked previously, forgot to bring it up. I'm sorry. A pixelated apology. The screen will go white, and you'll be told to close the game. Now, during the credits, under Ivan Zanatti, it said, maybe that's my name. So can you guess what to do? I'm sure you can, but I'm going to talk about a new file, or a folder in this case. In the game's file, you'll see a folder called Layer. Opening it, there's a text file called Layer. It's like opening a box and there's another box inside it. It's unneeded, but go off, queen. It's Whiteface talking to us, and it tells us a tale of the fact it never got to be a child. It then tells us of a market it went to with its brother. It paints a picture of it in the backseat while its brother went inside. Once he disappeared behind the sliding doors, it imagined the worst outcome, like the brother getting impaled. Blood is everywhere. It starts panicking on what it should do, but then Whiteface tells us they never had a brother. It was just another lie. This next part I'll let explain itself, as I can't do it justice with just a quick explanation.
I just want to entertain you. Maybe I should go back, or change again. You changed me, and now I'm not scared. No, I'm worried. Maybe that's why these all these commas don't work that much. Maybe I'll let you play with me for a short time instead of the opposite. I have 2 more secrets for you. The credits holds one of them. It'll be fun, but please, at the end of this, do not kill me. I really want to be with you forever.
So that explains why the maybe that's my name was so in the open instead of hidden. Gotta remember, the real one HTML implied that whatever other entity was helping us isn't going to anymore, because the fact Whiteface knows. With that in mind, go back to the meat room, which isn't a statement that should ever feel normal to say, yet here we are. Get the heart and no jump scare this time? Alright. Type in the name Ivan Zanatti, and welcome to the Shell gas station in your hometown that you rarely see anybody at, yet it's still somehow in business. Every town has one.
I can't seem to find it. There it is, right there, right next to Satan's Queef Aquarium. Nice. What?
This section is really cool, especially on a version we will be talking about later. Opening your folder, you'll see a to-do list. There's also a sign that tells you, but I didn't know how to properly break it up, so it basically tells us, well, what to do, but also has a tidbit about realities never colliding. To keep a long story brief, exit the game, and upon reopening, you'll be outside. Exit once more, and you'll be back inside. It's really cool. And I've not seen any game do anything like this. Maybe I just need to play more games, I don't know. What makes this mechanic more interesting is that you can't take items with you when you reset, so you gotta figure out how to bring them to the other side, which the to-do list hints at. Slide the mail under the door, it'll be on the other side when you exit the game. Throw the box cutter in the garbage, and it'll be near the trash pile outside. It's honestly really cool what Ivan did with this segment, and a part of me wish it was a bit longer because the mechanics at play here are really interesting. I honestly hope there's a bigger segment like this in Remnants of a Scare. Demo out now, by the way. Once you finish up here, you'll have a new folder on your computer. Enter a great place. This bit gets a tiny bit convoluted, so much so that I had my friend just tell me what this meant on my first playthrough, but since I'm here now, inside the Enter a Great Place folder, you'll see 26 numbered text files, and another one called Instructions. Opening any of the numbered files will show a letter, but not in a particular order, so to some, me, it isn't clear right away that each file has one letter of the alphabet with no repeats. It's just all 26 letters. I hate to admit, I only figured that out when writing this section. Inside the quote-unquote instructions file, it reads,
It's really fun, but you're reaching a point of no return. Please, stop. I don't want to die. I want to help you.
Followed by a YouTube link. Pasting the YouTube link leads us to a 4-second video with numbers flashing on the screen rapidly. Opening the file that corresponds to these numbers spells out, take me to the door. Go back to the meat room, and when asked a question, putting in take you to the door takes you to not a door. This is a bunch of damn pipes. In this section, you've got to find 3 valves, which are each down the 3 corridors in front, to the left, and to the right of you. The order in which you do these, I don't think matters, but if it does, they usually go right, middle, left. Editor's note here, you have to do it in that order. The right path is nothing special. Go forward, there's a machine you have to power on. After doing that, take a left and collect the valve. The way behind you will now be bricked up, and behind one of the fans lies a white face. Interact with it, it asks you, do you want to before, ooh, spooky room. Anyway, head back to the main room and put that valve in. Going to the middle path takes us to a room full of conveyor belts. Find the machine and the valve and bing bop boom boom, bing bop bam. This area is a bit whatever. I mean, there's more going on in the last one, but it ain't anything to write home about. The parrot doesn't care about the I'm Scared pipe room. Stop asking it! The left path, though, is very interesting. It basically recreates a lot of the areas you've seen in the game, just more compact. While you're being chased by everyone's favorite I'm Scared character, Wideface, I sure hope nothing happens to Wideface in the 2022 remake. Get your valve, do that machine, head back to the main room, put those valves in, turn that sucker on! A platform with a door in the middle will rise, and if you gotten all the achievements, you can go in. If not, don't worry. The game lets you go back and redo some parts without making you replay the whole damn game again. Entering the door crashes the game, and upon reopening it, we're back in its room. In front of us, a door and a sign are shown. The sign tells us that this is the door, the one we were hoping to be shown. Entering it will end the game for real. It then begs us to pick up the flower and give the flower to it, saying if we do, it'll reset everything we've done until now. Going to the door gives us a prompt. Do you really want to open it? Choose wisely, for it is irreversible, giving us options to enter or leave. Entering crashes the game, and upon reopening it, everything turned into a Mori black space. Repeat your steps that open the way into the basement and start going for the ladder. Whiteface will appear, glitching and freaking out.
I begged you, and you ignored my request. What do you think will happen next? You make this game unplayable. I make this game unplayable. I don't want you to kill me. I will live here forever. I will look at you forever. I don't want to die. I'm scared.
It then runs at you and crashes your game over and over and over again. At one point, it won't be there giving you some hope, but upon opening the exit door,
your fault. It's your fault. You broke my heart.
At another point, it'll just not show up at all, making you quit, and when reopening it, it begs you to die, giving you a chair and a rope, but it stops you before you can take the plunge. I take this bit as Whiteface trying to get you to quit one last time. You're on the path to kill it. It doesn't want that, but it also doesn't want to kill you. As we just seen, it stopped us from killing ourselves, so it crashes your game over and over again in the hopes you'll give up, but when you don't, a white heart floats in the middle of the room. Opening the file shows a new folder, Whiteface. Open the folder and a .txt file called heart will be there.
I suppose you're satisfied. I am scared. I am scared to the point that I cannot hide my heart anymore. Destroy this file, move it, change its name, the game will end, and so my curse. Leave me here. I beg you. I want to stay here with you just a little more, but I do know. Farewell.
Delete the file, and upon putting the game back up, the end. Don't even need to close it. It'll be like this even if you keep the game open. You can now explore the world freely. No more scares. Nothing. Just loneliness. This is a very sad way to end this game. Whiteface obviously was a bad entity, but a part of me feels guilty for killing it. While writing this, I saw a lot that I had missed, or context clues I had missed out on. Writing this video has given me a whole new perspective on this game's story that I didn't have previously. This game is fantastic. I think it holds up very well today. And even after watching this, go play the game. It's on PC, it's on mobile, and it's like $3. Even after I sat here and explained everything, maybe you can come up with a different conclusion from me. That is the beauty of art. Everyone has their own interpretation of it. But what happens if you give Whiteface the flower?
You're so kind to me. So kind. Play with me forever. I love you.
And the game resets. It's a nicer ending, but definitely not the canon, or dare I say, the right one. Whiteface says before you kill him, the game will end and so will my curse. Meaning, it put a curse upon this place that wasn't it. Well, I feel bad, because, you know, you have this thing literally begging you to spare its life. It still is malicious. It knows this, and it continues to be. There is a painting in the basement of a girl, one that Whiteface will cover in blood and laugh if you enter a specific room. Maybe this was her home. There are theories that this painting lady is Penelope from a scrapped My Madness Works game called Bridge Scene. And this pretty much is confirmed during the restore stuff in the 2022 remake, but you know, there are other people called Colton out there, so, you know, it could be a different Penelope, only time will tell. Anyway, that is I'm Scared. But there's still a bit more to talk about. So there are two versions of I'm Scared 2022, the demo and the full build. Starting with the demo for the remake, the most important thing here is, well, for one, the game is no longer stretched and runs much better. Now, to admit, I couldn't get this build to work properly, so I'm sorry if I'm getting details wrong, but I was able to do the important stuff, so too much won't be wrong. Thanks to the Steam user 7 for writing a guide on how to get here because my game wouldn't properly reset. So this build has one big important thing. Besides being a demo build where Ivan could get feedback on how to make the remake better, it had a new character, a new segment that was not in 2016, the Restorer. To find her, when you get to the house section, thankfully the section I was placed into, upon getting the key that makes the meat spread, yes, that is an innuendo, a new file will appear in your I'm Scared folder called Drift. It will ask you for a password, and this is the part that I was lost at. I again couldn't replay the demo all the way through, it wouldn't let me. That's when the user, whom I'll just call Dupna, because I will butcher this username so hard it would ruin all credibility I could ever have as a curator, and 7 come into play. I already knew the password was sure, but I wanted to figure out how you were meant to put that together. Turns out in this build, during the outside portion after the car park, when it plays the how to play I'm Scared video, it's a new video, not the same one from every other build. It tells us about the drift file and the search for the moon. After this, the words Sinister, Harmonies, Over, Remnants, and Earth appear. Going back to that drift folder, you'll see a password requires 5 letters, and an S is already there. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Put in the first letter of each word and it'll spell out sure. Type that into the text file and the fog turns white. Go to the front door of this area, the one behind you when you quote-unquote spawn in. I only know Minecraft terms, I'm sorry. It'll be an apartment complex-esque hallway. Go around, look for the moons until you're able to look at the one on the roof. Once done, the game will go back to a 4:3 ratio. Head back down the stairs, but be careful. Your shoulders will begin to feel heavy. Once down the stairs, though, you'll be blocked from going anywhere but straight ahead. Opening the door in your path takes us to a whole new room with a bunch of assets from I'm Scared. Inside our folder is a new file, Sure. Inside it is basically a riddle, telling you to turn off the lights, make complete darkness. Turn off the lights in the room each line describes in order, and then head to the darkest room. There, you will meet her. Now, I am no expert when it comes to the Restorer stuff, and if you wanted me to delve into it, I am deeply sorry, but this video is already 21 pages long. If you want an in-depth exploration and explanation of Restorer, go check out my good friend Mallory Malicious' video on the subject. It'll explain everything you need to know, which, by the way, thank you, Mallory, for pretty much double-checking my script to make sure I got everything right. Same with Anfru, you two are the best, and I love y'all. That is the big thing in the demo. But let's talk about the full game. This remake kind of served as a way to freshen up I'm Scared, because 2016's was a bit messy. As a result, Ivan killed Whiteface. I don't know the little details that are changed, but I do know that the game now has a proper widescreen and runs much better. You also don't get stuck on every corner, so that's awesome. It's pretty much just 2016, but better, and also all the Restorer stuff, which goes much deeper than the demo showed. Again, check out Mallory's video on it. So that's all there is to talk about, right? Okay, I'm gonna do my best to keep this brief. It's I'm Scared, but on your phone. The changes, instead of needing to check files, the game uses the hardware it's on to its advantage. For example, the whole brother story is now a cutscene, which is horrifying, by the way. Just seeing something coming up behind you, and before you, the player can come into view, it ends and gives you control back. Going down into the basement after that was terrifying. At least on a first playthrough. Once you know nothing happens, you know, it's whatever, but you know, shut up. Also, the market. Instead of closing the game, you just rotate your phone. That is genuinely so damn cool. I don't play many mobile games, so expect me to be impressed that a phone can run... What the hell? It can run Sonic 3? Also, when you have to enter Whiteface's name, there are no files that the game makes, so how do you know it? Get the name wrong enough, and the game will be like, do you know what the hell you're doing? And upon going to the home screen, it'll tell you his name, which is really neat. Also, allegedly, there was meant to be a part where Whiteface called you to either tell you a name or to give a hint, but it got scrapped. Also, it turns on your camera when it says, I love watching you. Not that impressive, but still, you know, I copied the Seal's flow here, so that's something. But one thing I hate is the Metro time puzzle. Instead of setting the time, you use your brightness slider, which makes it easier, but my dumb ass didn't realize it could be between the times shown, so this ain't even that bad. I'm just an idiot. This is genuinely a great version of I'm Scared. I dare say the best version if it wasn't for the fact that It's a mobile game with mobile game controls, but at least it ain't tank controls. For those who don't know, Ivan likes tank controls, and that's just a little jab because I'm a baby who can't handle Bubsy 3D at its finest. Anyway, that's I'm Scared.
There. After 2 years, I finally made the I'm Scared video, and I'm glad I did. Making this video taught me a lot about I'm Scared, which is a game that I've loved forever now. And now I can appreciate the work put into it even more. This is a fantastic horror game that inspired many games like DDLC and I'm sure there's others, but I don't know them. I highly recommend you go check out the game yourself and go check out the demo for the sequel, Remnants of a Scare, which is what Mallory's video goes into a little bit more. The demo is genuinely amazing and has so much content jam-packed into a demo of all things. Like, if this is what the demo has, imagine what the full game will have. Mind you, the full game of I'm Scared is like an hour long. The demo was like 3. So like already we got much more expansion going on here. And the multiple endings and stuff, oh my god. Especially that lantern ending, that was terrifying. Go support the creator Ivan Zanotti or My Madness Works. The games they make are absolutely phenomenal. Like Mirror Layers, well I'm too dumb to finish the demo, from what I played it was pretty good. And also, you know, I'm Scared, the game we're talking about right now. And while you're at it, go check out his Patreon. You get a lot of behind the scenes works and a lot of looks into scrapped games and some future projects. And you also get your names in the credits of the video game like Among Us did. Thanks, Anfru. Glad I got you to voice Whiteface for this. And before you ask, no, I didn't get paid to do this. I'm not even sure Ivan Zanotti knows of my existence, which I'm fine with. I just do it out of love for his games, his craft, and all of that. Like, again, how do you make a 3D game in a 2D game engine? It's insane. It's like what Doom was back then for the modern day. Anyway, I'm off to do whatever arcade machines do at night. Come back towards the Halloween season and I might have a new surprise for you.
Oh yeah, can you talk about...
Alright, I have 2 hours left to live. God, can we retcon that?